Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Days of Our Lives. Latest episode, Thursday's episode of Days of Our Lives, delivers an emotional whirlwind that leaves Salem shaken, relationships fractured and long-buried fears resurfacing. As secrets tighten their grip and emotional wounds are reopened. Three major storylines take center stage: Marlena Evans facing a terrifying double crisis, Brady Black suffering yet another devastating heartbreak, and Sarah Horton finally reaching her breaking point with Xander Cook. Each moment is layered with emotional intensity, making January 15th an episode fans won't soon forget. Marlena Evans finds herself at the center of mounting chaos as her world begins to feel dangerously out of control. For weeks, Marlena has tried to maintain her professional composure while quietly battling her own growing unease. However, Thursday's episode pushes her to confront not one, but two deeply troubling situations at the same time. The pressure is relentless, and even someone as strong and experienced as Marlena begins to feel the cracks forming. The first layer of Marlena's double trouble stems from her medical concerns. There is a growing sense that something is not right, and Marlena can no longer dismiss the warning signs as stress or exhaustion. Subtle symptoms that once seemed insignificant now loom larger, forcing her to consider the unthinkable. As a doctor, Marlena knows better than anyone how dangerous denial can be. Yet, as a patient, she struggles to face the possibility that her health may once again be at risk. The fear of vulnerability clashes with her instinct to stay strong for everyone else. At the same time, Marlena is dealing with an emotional storm tied to her loved ones. Someone close to her is spiraling, and Marlena feels responsible, questioning whether she missed signs, said the wrong thing, or failed to intervene when it mattered most. This emotional burden weighs heavily on her heart, and the guilt becomes almost unbearable. The tension between her personal pain and professional responsibility creates a perfect storm, leaving Marlena emotionally drained and dangerously distracted. As the episode unfolds, viewers see Marlena pushed to the brink as both crises demand immediate attention. She is forced to make difficult choices that could have long-term consequences not only for her own future but for the people she loves most. The emotional toll is evident in every expression, every pause, every moment of hesitation. Marlena's strength is undeniable, but Thursday's episode reminds fans that even legends can be overwhelmed. Meanwhile, across Salem, Brady Black's heart breaks in ways that feel painfully familiar. Just when Brady allows himself to believe that happiness might finally be within reach, fate once again proves cruel. His hopes are shattered as a truth comes to light, one that completely changes how he sees his relationship and his future. The betrayal cuts deep, reopening wounds Brady has spent years trying to heal. Brady's heartbreak isn't just about losing someone he loves. It's about losing faith. Faith in people and second chances and in his own judgment. He begins to question every decision he's made, wondering if he is somehow destined to repeat the same painful patterns. The emotional weight of this realization is crushing, and viewers watch as Brady struggles to hold himself together while his world quietly falls apart. What makes Brady's storyline even more devastating is the isolation he feels. Despite being surrounded by people who care about him, Brady feels profoundly alone. He doesn't know who he can trust anymore, and that sense of betrayal leaves him emotionally exposed. His reaction is raw, unfiltered, and heartbreakingly real, making his scenes some of the most powerful of the episode. As Brady processes the truth, he faces a choice: retreat into old destructive habits, or confront his pain head. Thursday's episode hints at a dangerous crossroads, one that could define Brady's future in Salem. The emotional damage is undeniable, and fans are left wondering whether Brady can survive yet another heartbreak without losing himself in the process. While Marlena and Brady grapple with their own personal crises, another explosive confrontation takes center stage. Sarah Horton finally unleashes her fury on Xander Cook. After weeks of bottled-up frustration, disappointment, and unresolved anger, Sarah reaches her limit. On Thursday, she stops holding back and confronts Xander with brutal honesty. Sarah's anger is not impulsive. It is calculated, deeply emotional, and long overdue. She lays bare every hurt, every betrayal, and every broken promise that Xander has tried to explain away or minimize. Her words hit hard, forcing Xander to face the consequences of his actions in a way he can no longer avoid. This is not a quiet disagreement. It is a full-blown emotional reckoning. Xander, for his part, is caught off guard by the intensity of Sarah's confrontation. While he may believe he has changed, Sarah makes it painfully clear that words mean nothing without consistent action. She challenges his sincerity, his motives, and his ability to truly be the partner she needs. The tension between them crackles with unresolved emotion, making it clear that their relationship is hanging by a thread. What makes this confrontation especially compelling is Sarah's clarity. She is no longer confused or conflicted. She knows exactly what she wants and what she will no longer tolerate. Her strength in this moment marks a turning point, not just for her relationship with Xander, but for her sense of self. She refuses to settle for half-truths or empty promises, and that resolve changes the power dynamic between them. Xander is left shaken, forced to confront the possibility that he may have pushed Sarah too far this time. His usual bravado falters as he realizes that losing Sarah could mean losing the one person who truly believed in his potential for redemption. The question remains whether Xander will rise to the occasion or fall back into old patterns that ultimately cost him everything. As Thursday's episode draws to a close, the emotional fallout from these storylines lingers heavily over Salem. Marlena stands at the edge of uncertainty, facing challenges that test her strength in new and terrifying ways. Brady is left nursing a shattered heart, unsure if he can endure yet another emotional loss. And Sarah's explosive confrontation with Xander sets the stage for dramatic consequences that will ripple through their lives. January 15th proves to be a pivotal episode of Days of Our Lives, packed with emotional depth, intense confrontations, and life-altering decisions. Every storyline intertwines with themes of trust, resilience, and the painful cost of love. As Salem braces for what comes next, one thing is certain: nothing will ever be quite the same again. As the emotional dust begins to settle from the shocking events of Thursday's episode, the ripple effects of Marlena's struggle, Brady's heartbreak, and Sarah's explosive confrontation with Xander continue to spread throughout Salem. The aftermath proves just as intense as the initial revelations, with each character forced to confront the consequences of their choices and the painful truths they can no longer ignore. Marlena Evans, still reeling from the weight of her double crisis, attempts to regain control, but the sense of unease refuses to fade. Though she puts on a brave face for those around her, the fear beneath the surface grows stronger by the hour. Her mind races with questions she cannot yet answer, and the uncertainty threatens to overwhelm her calm professional exterior. For Marlena, the most terrifying part is not the possibility of what may be wrong, but the realization that she may not be able to handle everything on her own this time. As Marlena seeks clarity, she finds herself reflecting on her past battles and the strength it took to survive them. Memories of earlier struggles resurface, reminding her of both her resilience and her vulnerability. This internal conflict deepens her emotional turmoil, leaving her torn between confronting the truth head-on and delaying answers she fears may change everything. The emotional isolation becomes unbearable, forcing Marlena to consider opening up to someone she trusts before it's too late. Meanwhile, the emotional devastation Brady Black experiences begins to reshape his outlook on life and love. The heartbreak he suffers doesn't fade quietly, it festers, fueling anger, regret, and a deep sense of betrayal. Brady finds himself replaying conversations, searching for signs he missed, wondering how he, once again, allowed himself to believe in something that ultimately shattered him. What's especially troubling is how quickly Brady's pain begins to push him toward dangerous emotional territory. The familiar pull of self-destruction lurks just beneath the surface, threatening to undo all the progress he's made. Friends and family sense that something is wrong, but Brady keeps his distance, convinced that facing his pain alone is the only way to survive it. His silence speaks volumes, and the concern surrounding him grows with every passing moment. As Brady struggles internally, his heartbreak begins to affect those closest to him. Old tensions resurface, unresolved conflicts intensify, and his emotional withdrawal sends shockwaves through his relationships. The man who once fought so hard for redemption now wonders whether it was ever truly possible. The question hanging over Salem is whether Brady will finally break free from this destructive cycle, or become its latest casualty at the same time. Sarah Horton's confrontation with Xander Cook continues to echo long after the initial explosion. The words she unleashed cannot be taken back, and the emotional damage they caused leaves both of them shaken. For Sarah, speaking her truth brings a sense of clarity, but it also comes with a painful realization. Loving Xander may no longer be enough. Sarah begins to reassess everything: her past decisions, her hopes for the future, and whether Xander can genuinely offer the stability she needs. The emotional exhaustion is evident as she grapples with the possibility that walking away might be the only way to protect herself. Her strength grows as she embraces the idea that she deserves honesty, consistency, and respect, no matter how painful that realization may be. On the other hand, is forced into an uncomfortable moment of Sarah's words cut deeper than he expected, stripping away the excuses he's relied on for so long. For the first time, he must face the reality that his actions, not his intentions, are what truly matter. The fear of losing Sarah becomes painfully real, pushing Xander to question whether he is capable of genuine change. As Xander wrestles with regret and desperation, the tension between hope and inevitability grows. He knows that one wrong move could permanently destroy his chance at redemption, yet his past suggests that change does not come easily. The stakes have never been higher, and the future of his relationship with Sarah hangs in the balance. Elsewhere in Salem, these emotional upheavals intersect in unexpected ways. Conversations overheard, secrets exposed, and emotional reactions spill into other storylines, weaving a complex web of consequences. Marlena's vulnerability, Brady's heartbreak, and Sarah's resolve begin to influence the people around them, creating a chain reaction that threatens to destabilize the entire community. As the episode's extended fallout unfolds, themes of trust, forgiveness, and emotional survival take center stage. Each character is forced to confront their deepest fears, fear of failure, and fear of being alone. The emotional intensity builds steadily, leading viewers toward an inevitable turning point that promises even greater drama ahead. By the end of this continuation, it becomes clear that Salem stands on the edge of profound change. Marlena's future remains uncertain, Brady's heart hangs in fragile balance, and Sarah and Xander face a reckoning that could redefine their lives forever. These intertwined stories set the stage for explosive developments, emotional revelations, and shocking twists that will keep fans glued to every moment. Together, these two scripts form a powerful, emotionally charged narrative, one that captures the heartbreak, resilience, and raw humanity that define Days of Our Lives. And as the drama intensifies, one truth becomes undeniable. In Salem, love is never simple, and the consequences of every choice linger far longer than anyone expects.